I just want to encourage you today to believe again, to hope again, to dream again in the middle of trying circumstances. Maybe even if your boat is being rocked a little bit and you're not having a lot of peace, I just want to encourage you today. I want to share a couple verses. The first one is from Ecclesiastes 11:4. And it says, "One who watches the wind will not sow, and one who looks at the clouds will not harvest." I thought, how often we kind of get a little rocked, and sometimes we look at that cloud, we look at the wind of what is happening, that circumstance that maybe seems to be getting worse and worse, and maybe our faith is getting a little bit rocked. And, so we're having trouble believing for ourselves. And we may also be avoiding, speaking a word of encouragement and a strong prayer of faith over them and for them, because we're looking at those clouds instead of looking at our God. And I want to read the next two verses, which says, "Just as you do not know the path of the wind, and how bones are formed in the womb of the pregnant woman, so you do not know the activity of God who makes everything. Sow your seed in the morning, and do not be idle in the evening, for you do not know whether one or the other will succeed, or whether both of them alike will be good." So God is working miracle after miracle after miracle every day in this world, every day. And sometimes, we're not the one who's in the direct vicinity of what's happening, but we hear about it. We hear about all the testimonies. Maybe you're not one who hears about it, but I hear about them. And just this past weekend, I was attending some tent meetings, and God healed multiple people instantaneously. So God is still healing people. He's still delivering people. People were like all out over the grass, like just God delivering them and healing their hearts. So God is still in the healing business. He is still delivering people. He is still changing circumstances in people's lives, because that's who he is. He's a good father, and he wants to heal us and restore us. This is his heart for us, that we would be totally free, totally restored. And so I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. Sometimes we do see the loss of a loved one, when we've been believing and when we've been pressing in, and it is hard. It's hard. It's devastating. But we can't let that prevent us from reaching out in faith and believing God for the next one. We can't look at that dark cloud and let that prevent us from sowing seeds, from continuing to sow seeds of faith and believing in our God, because nothing is impossible with him. He has a time and a season for everything. And we have to keep believing, keep sowing, keep standing in faith, keep praying in faith. And when we don't see it, we just have to, accept it and move on and keep pressing in. So I want to encourage you today. Believe, trust, put your hope in God, put your faith in him, because he is faithful. So just be encouraged and be blessed and keep believing.